After a month of grinding the Inferno and achieving greatness, I felt lost. I always knew what I was going to do when I logged into RuneScape. I was going to jump in that hole, I was going to shoot some things, and I was going to kill some things, and hopefully receive that cape. But I did that. There was nothing else to do. I was the LeBron James of RuneScape. So I sat there, stared into my bank, looking at all my items that I could use to kill things. And I was tired of it. I was tired of killing things. So I sat there, took a look around me, and I said, you know what? Let's go fishing. So I spent 3 days fishing. It was lovely. It was peaceful. But there was something looming right behind me. A journey that I would never forget. The Chambers of Xeric. The first raid that RuneScape had ever created, appropriately abbreviated COX because that's what it sucks. However, as a main account, cash is king, and these drops are money. With my friends pulling every single mega rare, including the coveted Twisted Bow within 50 KC, I had dreams of grandeur, dreams of piles of cash. But, while spooning a Twisted Bow would be nice, the other purples have a pretty penny associated with it. I totaled up, put in my Excel spreadsheet the average of every single purple that's not the Twisted Bow, and it is close to 80 million gold pieces, which is music to my ears. The problem is, to get to that purple chest that could be 80 mil, you have to go through a couple of obstacles. Those obstacles kinda suck. These obstacles, better known as rooms, are crabs, tightrope, thieving, ice demon, tecton, vespula, bossa, vanguards, guardians, shamans, mystics, and my favorite, look at that little guy, mutadiles. And these rooms, the majority of them I feel good or neutral about. There's only a few rooms that I absolutely despise. And the rooms that I hate are the ones that you end up praying against the damage type, and the mob decides that prayers don't matter anymore, Like, yeah, sure, you might be praying ranged, but the tightrope ranger really doesn't want you to get the crystal, so he's gonna hit you for 43, just to make sure you don't go get that crystal. And yes, you could Kirby skip, you can... Okay, I'm gonna tell you what, I spent a month in the Inferno, guys. I'm not the GOAT, I know I said that I'm LeBron James, but that was to get you guys to click the video, okay? So, I'm not doing that. I have to kill at least the Rangers. And, like, I can put on my melee armor, and it feels okay. It feels like I can do something to mitigate the damage. So I'm not like completely angry when I leave the room, but there's sometimes where one little ranger just wants to just never miss. And he wants to kill me. And that doesn't feel great. Mystics are meh. You could safe spot them, so it mitigates so they make you want to melee you, and then they get stuck, and then they want to melee you still. They're stupid. But if they mage you, they chip you through for a bit. But you can, like I said, safe spot them. You're happy. You're pretty as a peach. But what happens is you get to mutadiles, right? And you are going to take 86 kajillion million damage. Unless you're in just like a group with mega rares, then them B words are gonna get melted. But with me and my buddy are in some ragtag little non-bis shabby gear. So it's gonna take us a little chunk to kill these little moflos. And guaranteed, we're drinking 18 brews throughout that fight. There is no way. And this is where I start to question my choices, because this raid has received a QOL update, or a quality of life update, which basically just makes the raid more enjoyable to do, makes life good while doing the raid. And I don't believe that they did anything to this room. I think that this room is AIDS. Is AIDS in a form of a room. Because there's nothing good about this room. Like, sure, it drops 2 overloads, but that does not recoup the mental damages, the physical damages that it causes me. I don't even know. Like, I feel like if you complete Mutadiles, like even Tecton gives you an Onyx. So if you kill a Mutadile, there should be like a 1 in 5,000 chance that it gives you a Mutadile gun to where you can just shoot the Mutadiles and one-shot them. You know, come on, give us something. And then I also wanted to give Vespula a little honorable mention because for the longest time, this was the gatekeeper to CMs. My friend and I would do Vespula and we would just plank. And it is tough to learn. But I don't think it's a hard room. I think it's a tough to learn room because the mechanic relies on redemption. And so while learning the boss, you're gonna have to die because to use redemption, you have to lose HP. So it's just very hard to learn. But once you learn it, I find it to be one of the more enjoyable rooms with a lot of skill expression and a lot of just fun APM to where I really enjoy that room. But boy, is it a tough learn. Now to everyone's favorite great white salamander, Ohm. And this fella, he boils down to head turns, head shoots. And all the methods to do Ohm, you are manipulating the head to turn to where you can take as little damage as possible. And these methods are fun, I think. Once you learned them, I had a lot of fun, but trying to learn them is not fun. And when trying to learn these cycles, you fall out of it. You fall out of the cycle, as they say. And once you fall out of the cycle, if you don't immediately realize it, Ohm lets you know. It's by putting you in teleporters halfway across the room, putting you in flame traps, just making you have a great time. And there'd be times where I was learning, and yeah, you can catch me dying to Ohm twice, but the third time he puts me on a flame wall and a teleporter, I log out, leave the CC. I'm not finishing that raid because I want to punch my monitor. But for the majority of this grind, I was not alone.
Oh god. Oh, it's all good.
Wait a second. No! 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 It went away! I'm dead!
What went away?
I was making a penis out of the acid! Dude, it's purple! And it's a clog! Dude! Boom. There you go, buddy. Enjoy it. Raid after raid, I was so close to quitting. I was close to giving up. But then I remembered why it was so sweet. And that purple light is the sweetest thing that could be. It would keep remotivating me right when I was ready to quit, to get back in there and send more raids. I started learning solo, becoming more efficient, becoming the GOAT. I was able to hone in on 3-0 and 4-1 to where a point I was consistently being able to get into cycle, and if I fell out, I'd be able to get into cycle again. I was seeing the fight from an outer perspective, just analyzing the ins and outs of the Great Ohm. And then I said, you know what? If I want GOAT status, I gotta send a solo challenge mode to complete this grind. So that's what I did.
down right with the sun. Check one, check one. When I come down right with the sun. Check one, check one. When I come down right with the sun. Check one, check one. When I come down right with the sun.
You're being such a nice dude right now. I appreciate that greatly. Just running this well. I think to make sure to give you some credit as well. In fact, you haven't changed prayers in many years. Is that Deathless? Purple! Let's fucking go, dude! Oh my god, was that Deathless? That was Deathless, dude! Let's fucking go! And I like to think that I have a new respect for Chambers. For me, it's best enjoyed as a solo raid, but I do think mixing in groups and doing CMs is a great way to change the pace and keep the raid feeling fresh. Overall, I made a bajillion gold pieces. And when I mean a bajillion, I mean 547 mil, with 2 big items being claws and ancestral being splits 50-50, and the ancestral top was solo dolo. But in total, I received no dupes. My clogs looking pretty juicy, with both the prayer scrolls, Adin's, claws, and then the ancestral top and bottom. So, all in all, love you, Chambers. See you again.